I think you'll all agree, definitely did not feel like an Arangetram or a Ranga Pravesham. Did a fantastic job, Aparna. Beautiful. And I think that Pallavi was just a phenomenal juxtaposition of the Guru's creativity and the execution of the Shishya. So beautifully done, and I think an experience we'll all remember. So after that wonderful performance, we come to some very special individuals who have been a great part of this performance today. First and foremost, Aparna is very blessed to have her paternal grandparents attending her Arangetram all the way from India. And at this time, I would love to invite both of them to come on the stage. Aparna's paternal grandfather, Sri GVR Prasad Rao Garu, retired as the Secretary of Health to the Government of India as the culmination of a distinguished career in the IAS, and recently was a special advisor to the UN Secretary General. At this time, I would like to invite Sri JVR Prasad Rao Garu to say a few words on this very, very special occasion.
सभाये नमः सदाशिव समारंभां व्यास शंकर मध्यमां अस्मद् आचार्य पर्यन्तां वंदे गुरु परंपरां. Respected Guru Sangeeta Sri Prasanna Venkatesh, accompanying artist Sri Srinivas Ponnappan, Sri Pranav Sarup, distinguished Sangeeta Rasikas, my family members, and above all, my darling granddaughter Aparna, and then Vikram. It is really difficult to say anything here. I have been speaking on many occasions in public performances, but this is very special because I am speaking as a grandfather. I don't know really what to say. I am short of words. Last 3 hours we are sitting here, and I think she has taken us somewhere into a different world. A world of fulfilling and sublime happiness, which is so uplifting. It's very difficult to say in words how I feel. Really, it's a soulful experience to listen to Aparna. Congratulations. Aparna, నాకున్న 6 మనవలు మనవరాళ్ళు మొట్టమొదటి పెద్దది అన్నమాట. అంతేకాదు మాకు చాలా ప్రియమైనది. దానికి కారణం ఏంటంటే చాలా రోజుల కిందట తనకి 2 ఏళ్ళు అప్పుడు మేము బ్యాంకాక్లో ఉండేవాళ్ళం. తను వచ్చి మా దగ్గర 1 సంవత్సరం పాటు ఉండిపోయింది. అంటే వాళ్ళ అమ్మ నాన్నగారిని కూడా తలవకుండా మా దగ్గర ఉండి తన యొక్క కంపెనీ మాకు ఇచ్చి ఎంతో ఆనందాన్ని కలిగించింది. అప్పటి నుంచి నేను నా భార్య ఉష మా ఇద్దరికి కూడా ఒక విశిష్ట స్థానం అప్పర్లకు ఉందన్నమాట యాజ్ ఎ గ్రాండ్ డాటర్. అప్పటి నుంచి తను అలా క్రమక్రమంగా ఎదుగుతూ ఈరోజు మీ అందరి ముందు ఇటువంటి రసికుల ముందు 3 గంటల సేపు కూర్చొని తను ఇటువంటి కార్యక్రమం ఇచ్చిందంటే నిజంగా నేను నమ్మలేకపోతున్నాను. అది మాటల్లో చెప్పలేని భావన అన్నమాట. అంచేత మీ అందరి యొక్క ఆశీస్సులు, ఆ భగవద్ ఆశీస్సులు అపర్ణ మీద కోరుతున్నాను. ఇంకా ఎంతో అధికంగా ఎంతో వృద్ధి చెంది ఇంకా మంచి విద్వాంసరాలు కావాలని మీ అందరి ఆశీస్సులు తను కోరుతున్నాను. In the last 2-3 decades, we have seen many Indians coming to US and Australia and other countries in pursuit of excellence in their own fields of activity like IT, etc. But what is unique is they have carried not only their academic talent here, but their cultural moorings also, the values that they have imbibed in their own country. Now they are passing it on to their children. And many of us who come from India, occasionally on visits like this, we find that the Bharatiya Sanskriti, the way it is reflected in the people here, is so impressive, something we can't now see back home. I mean, it's tragic, but that is how it is happening. In fact, our Guru, Sri Samvedam Shanmukh Sharma Garu, he keeps mentioning that if one wants to understand true Bharatiyata, I think they should seek more in US than in our own country. I see many young artists here sitting, so I want to ask them to imbibe these cultural values of Bharat, carried by your parents, which makes you proud of your heritage and your ancestry. I think as a part of that, I am proud to say that my son Dinesh and my daughter-in-law Padmaja, they have taken so much of effort, I think, to train this girl in Carnatic music, in spite of their very busy schedules in office and at work also. They don't have maids to support like in what we have in India. So everything they have to do themselves. But in the middle of all that, they have been able to devote time to train this girl. And I also want to bless them and congratulate them for this great achievement. మీలో చాలామందికి తెలుసు, మన కల్చర్లో, మన సంస్కృతిలో లలిత కళలు ఉన్నాయి. 5 లలిత కళలు చెప్తారు మనకి: కవిత్వం, సంగీతం, నాట్యం, చిత్రలేఖనం, శిల్పం. ఈ 5 లలిత కళలు అంటాం. తక్కిన సంస్కృతుల్లో కూడా ఉంటాయి, కానీ ఇవి వేరే వేరే యాక్టివిటీస్ అనమాట, స్టాండ్ అలోన్ యాక్టివిటీస్. కానీ మన సంస్కృతి అలా కాదు. ఇవన్నీ ఒకదానికొకటి చాలా దగ్గరగా ముడిపడి ఉన్నాయి మనకి. అంచేతే మనం చూస్తాం, మన వాగ్గేయకారులు ప్రసిద్ధులైన వారు త్యాగరాజు, ముత్తస్వామి దీక్షితర్, శ్యామశాస్త్రి, పురంధరదాసు, అన్నమాచార్య వీళ్ళు చూస్తే వాళ్ళు కేవలం మంచి విద్వాంసులే కాదు, సంగీత విద్వాంసులే కాదు, వాళ్ళు పరమ భక్తులు, ఎంతో పెద్ద కవులు అందరూ కూడా. అంచేత ఏంటంటే వాళ్ళు ఈ కవిత్వం ద్వారా, వాళ్ళ సంగీతం ద్వారా వారిలో ఉండే పరమాత్మని వాళ్ళు శోధించి సాధించారు. చివరికి మహాపురుషులు అయ్యారు, భగవద్జ్ఞానం సంపాదించారు, ముక్తిని సాధించారు. మనం అందులో కొంచెమైనా సరే మన పిల్లలకి ఇది అందిస్తే, ఈ సంగీతం యొక్క పరమార్థం ఏమిటి, దీంతో ఇది ఆగిపోతుందా, దీన్ని ఎక్కడికి తీసుకెళ్ళాలి, ఆ విషయాలు మనం ఇంకా వాళ్ళకి వివరించి చెప్తే అసలైన జ్ఞానం వాళ్ళకి వస్తుందని నేను నమ్ముతున్నాను. అటువంటి జ్ఞానమే మా అపర్ణ కూడా రావాలని కొంతైనా నేను చాలా నమ్ముతున్నాను. వాళ్ళ ముఖ్యంగా తల్లిదండ్రుల్ని ఆ విషయంలో ఇంకా మరింత ఇంట్రెస్ట్ చూపించమని కోరుతున్నాను. ఐఎమ్ షూర్ Aparna will be able to visualize this true meaning of what she is learning and imbibe this great tradition that has been carried through the Guru Shishya Parampara to which we all belong. I want to thank from the bottom of my heart Guru Sri Prasanna Garu for his able guidance in organizing the Arangetram, and also the accompanying artists Sri Ponnappan and Sri Pranaswarup, providing such tremendous support to this young musician. I want to thank them. And Aparna's younger brother Vikram provided able support on the tambura. Want to bless him for that. Thank you all learned members of the audience, and then for encouraging this young artist here. And finally, I want to pray the Almighty Paramatma to bless Dinesh, Padmaja, the proud parents of Aparna and Vikram, and all members of the extended family and all of you who enthusiastically participated in this memorable event. I conclude by saying, Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kasyit dugabhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti.
Thank you, Sri Prasad Rao Garu. Now, we would like to recognize a few key individuals who have made this event a resounding success. First, we would like to start with expressing the deepest gratitude and felicitating Aparna's Guru, Sri Prasanna Soundararajan, without whom none of this would have been possible. So, Praja, please come on stage too. You can understand after 3.5 hours of sitting non-stop, it's quite a feat. Aparna's performance has been immeasurably supported and enhanced by the skilled accompanying artists here today. We would like to thank them now. Sri Srinivas Ponnappan delighted us with his wonderful mridangam. Please give him a big round of applause. And I know you all enjoyed the violin so beautifully played by Sri Pranav Swaroop. Please give him a big round of applause as well. You know, for these young artists who are starting off on these performances, having supportive accompanists is so special. And of course, let's not forget about Vikramaditya Jonalagada, Aparna's brother, who enthusiastically participated in the Tampura today and was very, very supportive backstage also. And now we would like to invite Aparna's guru on stage to say a few words.
శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః. ఎందరో మహానుభావులు అందరికీ వందనములు. Good evening everyone. I hope you all enjoyed Aparna's Arangetram today. First I would like to thank the Almighty and Sangeeta Murti Trayas for this successful milestone in Aparna's musical journey. Next, thanks to today's wonderful accompaniments, Sri Srinivas Ponnappan on Mridangam and Sri Pranav Swaroop on violin, for providing able support for Aparna. And thanks to Vikram for playing Tanpura for his sister's concert for 3 long hours. I believe it was sometime in 2016 that Aparna came for Sangeetam lessons. One thing that caught my attention back then, and I'm sure you all realized too, her silk-laden voice texture. It's not something that everybody gets. It's a true blessing from the Almighty. She's an extremely hardworking student, always wants to go that extra mile. She's a perfectionist, makes my job a little difficult because she won't leave until she gets a Sangati properly. She'll sing it over and over and over, and I get stressed out sometimes. She has put hundreds and hundreds of hours working for this Arangetram. When we decided, based on all combinations of ragas chosen for the concert, I normally wait until we decide on everything else before we pick a Pallavi. So then we said, okay, probably, we want to go with the Saraswati. And then I showed her this Pallavi, and I said, probably I'm going to simplify this for you. We are not going to do this Pallavi. It's difficult to execute. So we are going to simplify this Pallavi. She paused for a minute, and then she said, can I sing? Can I sing the same Pallavi as it was structured? I said, oh my God, in my head, I'm like, what am I signing up for? This is going to be tough. It's not an exaggeration even if I say this, even for, seasoned musicians regularly performing artists on stage, it is not an easy thing to do a Pallavi like this, especially with, first beat in Tisram, leave alone, even normal beats we struggle sometimes. But first beat in Tisram, fifth beat in Khandam, seventh beat in Mishram, it's not something that is really easy for anybody. So I told her it's going to be tough to execute on stage. She said, I want to try. I said, okay, we'll try. But the output of the effort that she has put is what you heard today. So special kudos to her for her determination and focus, because I would have probably backed out. If you know, at that age, probably I would have backed out saying, you know what, no, this is way too complex. I can't do this, you know. But she didn't leave it. She was so determined and focused to get it right. And I'm not joking. It was hours and hours and hours, hundreds of hours of practice of every single item she presented, because, as I said, she's a perfectionist. She wanted every Sangati to be perfect. So, yeah, very well executed, Aparna. So the other thing I want to mention is her interest in language and diction. I mean, her Sanskritam Jnanam, as well as her Telugu, you know, at home they speak, you know, Aparna and her parents speak to her in Telugu, right? So both Sanskritam and Telugu, and from my side, enforcing Tamil, Ra especially. So force her to be a perfectionist in diction as well. So in all compositions, she pays attention to the sahityam, the padagarbham, and everything. So that's a wonderful quality of any student and any musician, for that matter. So at this moment, you know, I mean, my great-grand guru, Sri N.C.H. Krishnamacharya Garu's picture is up there, right under Saraswati's idol, Gata Saraswati's idol there. I could feel his presence. I'm sure his blessing is what got her through all the hurdles today. So this moment, I also think about think and thank my gurus, Sri T.N. Seshagopalan sir, Sri T.K. Viramarajacharlu sir, my first and foremost guru, Srimati Kannamal Rangarajan, who always motivated me to teach. She always used to say that learning is one part, but propagating what you learned is very important, is what she always says. And she used to say, you have to teach hundreds of kids. Probably 3 or 4 will get through and they'll come to light. But I mean, I don't think I have the time to teach hundreds, but whatever little time I have, I try to spread the knowledge with students like Aparna. So, and my Veena Guru, Sri Shivakumar sir, for the selfless efforts. I mean, when I go for classes with Ramanujacharlu sir or Shivakumar sir, it used to be hours and hours and hours to get. The classes used to be like for 3 hours, 3.5 hours, non-stop. I wish we had the facility to record those sessions and, you know, relive those moments, but unfortunately, we didn't have those back then. So it's all, whatever we could grasp is what, you know, in my head is what I have now. I didn't mean my hair though. I don't have much left. So many stalwarts in the field of music have practiced the Sangeetam and have passed it over to generations after generations. The whole Pani, style of singing, everything has been, it cannot be notated. It is all passed from generations to generation. And I'm happy and thankful that God has given me this opportunity to share the little musical knowledge I have with these wonderful kids like Aparna and inspire them. So Karnataka Sangeetam is a sagaram, it's an ocean, right? More and more we dive deeper, we unearth priceless gems. So this is applicable to all of us, and Aparna, this is just a beginning. May Lord Almighty guide you through your musical journey to learn more and more and unearth all the gems. And it would be unfair if I don't mention about the support that she gets at home. Dinesh and Padmaja, this wouldn't be possible without your constant encouragement at home. So thank you so much for doing that at home. And as you know, Aparna's grandfather mentioned, Aparna is very blessed to be born in a musical family. Her maternal grandmother is a Veena artist herself, a graded Veena artist, and her paternal grandmother's sister is a graded violinist. So I'm sure Aparna made them all very proud this evening. Last but not the least, I mean, I have to stand next to Supraja here, so many thanks to my family. Supraja, Sumadyuti, and Saramati. Supraja takes the whole load of running errands and taking kids to classes, shopping, groceries, whatnot, while I spend time teaching music in the basement. So thank you. At this point, on behalf of Nada Brindam, we would like to present a plaque to Aparna for her extraordinary presentation today. The plaque reads, Award of Excellence presented to Aparna Usha Jonalagadda in recognition of your advanced training and demonstration of outstanding proficiency in Carnatic vocal at your Arangetram on July 9th, 2023. Prasanna and Supraja from Nada Brindam. So Aparna, we wish you the very best. We are extremely proud of you and continue your quest to learn music. And finally, the wait is over. You can empty that ice cream box that is sitting in your refrigerator tonight. Okay? Thank you.
We now have a message from Aparna's maternal grandparents who couldn't join us due to last minute health issues. We have a message from them that will be presented by Aparna's uncle.
Namaste. So Aparna, when I was told I needed to give this speech, I was worried about losing my speech that I carried a second phone just as a backup. But here you are, you just carried a 3-hour performance with such, so effortlessly and so soulfully that, as your Tatagaru said, you transported us into another world. So, congratulations. We are filled with pride, admiration, and joy as we witness this remarkable milestone. I can't contain my emotion, but it marks the culmination of years of hard work, dedication, and sacrifice, and it is a testament to your incredible potential and limitless possibilities. Congratulations, and may your journey be filled with success, happiness, and fulfillment. That was from us. But now I'll be reading a message from Tatagaru and Amamma. I'm sure I won't do justice to how Tatagaru would have said it or what Amamma would have experienced if they were here, but I'll do my best. So I thank you all for coming here to bless Aparna, giving her maiden public performance of Carnatic vocal music Arangetram. The first time has a special charm, an expectation, a trepidation, and excitement. Excitement that lasts a lifetime. In my mind's eye, Aparna is a newborn baby, a toddler who would rush to me with all the speed at her command, a little girl, and then a studious young lady. I have seen all these phases in her life. She has always been good in her studies and non-academic activities. By the time she was 3, she had visited more countries along with her paternal grandparents than I have in my life. I'm particularly proud she learned Telugu. Her musical talent was obvious from early childhood, and credit goes to our daughter Padmaja and son-in-law Dinesh, who encouraged her and supported her at every stage. Needless to say, latent talents in a child are identified, nurtured, and honed by a guru. It is here that I commend her guru, Sri Prasanna Venkatesh, who put her through her paces. The last I met him 4 years ago, I realized that he had identified her strengths and weaknesses and was working to a plan to nurture her talents carefully at a pace that suits her. At the same time, he demanded, as a well-meaning guru should, complete devotion and commitment from Aparna to music. Today's Arangetram is the culmination of long years of hard work and practice. It is just the beginning of what I hope would be a long, fruitful career in music. Incidentally, Aparna would be starting her undergrad program at Georgia Tech in August. She wants to be a doctor, and we wish her Godspeed in her endeavors. Thank you all once again for your blessings and for your support.
I would now like to call on Aparna's friends, Abhignya, Anika, Shriya, and Riya, to say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Anika Nallur, and I will be Aparna's roommate at Georgia Tech this fall. So I've known Aparna since elementary school, and since then I've seen her grow from a playful little girl into a passionate, mature young woman. I'm among the few who have seen her go through her many obsessions and phases, ranging from an infatuation with BTS and K-pop, to playing Just Dance for hours on her Wii, and even anime. But aside from her short-lived, silly hyperfixations, she has always remained consistent in her character. Since I've known Aparna, she has been dedicated, ambitious, driven, and one of the most hardworking people I have ever met. For as long as I can remember, singing has been her passion and her strength, and I know that her love and talent for it can only grow more from here. I am so proud of her incredible performance today, and I'm so lucky to be a part of such a monumental moment in her life. Aparna, I can't wait to see you grow even more in college and in the future, whether it be through singing, academics, or in our friendship. Congrats on such a big step in your Sangeetam journey and a milestone in your life, and I can't wait to see what else you accomplish in the future.
Hello, everyone. My name is Abhi, and Aparna and I have known each other since we were in elementary school. My earliest memory of her was the quiet girl in singing class who's the only one to properly sing Nagumomo Galavani on the first try. From the Cleveland Tyagaraja Aradhana to the countless cabin trips, to every gossip-spilling dinner or family gathering, I've gotten to know her as a singer, then as a friend, then as a best friend, then as now someone who I consider family. Aparna has always been dedicated and hardworking on anything she put her mind to, whether that's school or singing or that thankfully short era of her life where she tried to convert me into a K-pop fan. I'm sure it's been apparent today that she's not only dedicated to Carnatic vocal music, but also incredibly passionate and talented. Throughout not just the past few months or not even just the past year, but for the past decade, Aparna has been relentlessly pushing herself to be the singer she is today. That self-motivation and perseverance is just one of the few things I admire about her. Apart from her incredible displays of hard work and talent, Aparna is also one of the kindest, funniest people I know. I think we're each other's biggest cheerleaders and well-wishers. I can't imagine the person I'd be today had I not met her. She's such an amazing friend, wise beyond her years, and is always there for me to offer advice or just hear me out. I know our friendship is one that surpasses limitations like time or distance. Today marks a very important day in Aparna's life, and as we were joking yesterday, our engagement is just the beginning. And if her beginning was this extraordinary and awe-inspiring, I can only imagine what the future has in store for her. Aparna, I always knew your engagement would be one for the books. I love you, and I'm so, so proud of you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Shriya, and I've had the pleasure of knowing Aparna for about 4 years now, but I've truly gotten to know her just this past year. Aparna and I went to a school where the class size was as expansive as the level of competition. So when I came across Aparna, finally, close to the end of junior year, who had thankfully more of an inviting and approachable personality, I had a feeling that I was on my way to make a true friend. My favorite aspect of Aparna has to be her ability to be incredibly dynamic. Aparna, you are a person of many trades. I mean, who else do we know has the most incredible fashion sense, learn and master Sanskrit, have the perfect skincare routine, and last but not least, belt out the most beautiful Carnatic vocals while being the biggest specific R&B artist fan on earth. From that veggie burger that we split at that random Chili's more than a year ago to this moment in time, I have known and continue to know that I will always be inspired by your resilience and motivation to become the best version of yourself. Seriously, every day I'm so thankful that you hit submit on your officer application all those months ago. Like I said, Aparna is truly a person with so many surprises. I never thought you could top the surprises, but today you've truly left me completely speechless. Which, if you know me, I always have a speech ready, so this is truly an incredible feat for you. I know today is the result of relentless growth, and it truly has been my favorite experience getting to know you. I can't wait for many more memories filled with bonding over Telugu music and sneaker recommendations. I'm also really excited that you'll finally have enough time to respond to us on your phone in a timely manner. Speaking of ice cream, Jenny's definitely very soon. Congratulations on achieving such an incredible accomplishment, and thank you so much for allowing us to help you celebrate it.
Hi everyone, my name is Ria and I'm one of Aparna's Hosa friends. I've known Aparna for a little under 2 years, but it's a true testament to say that the best friends are formed through experience and not time. I can say that with pride that our friendship is one of the most unexpected yet best things to happen in my life. One of my first impressions of Aparna was that she was very quiet, but I was proved wrong very quickly. We have been through some of the craziest, one-of-a-kind experiences, including fighting cockroaches in hotel rooms and struggling to find good vegetarian food on those trips. But my favorite memories with Aparna always take me back to her voice. After speaking on a stage to hosting a workshop a hall full of people, full of teenagers, who aren't the easiest to get to listen to you, but with Aparna's voice, she has one of the strongest and clearly, as we saw today, most beautiful voices ever. She never fails to speak her mind and stand true to her heart and encourage others like me to do the same. She never fails to make me laugh and is always there for me, even if it means she has to kill cockroaches. I can say with confidence that Aparna and I will always be making those Dunkin' Donuts trips, sharing her 16-step skincare routine, and best of all, a friendship that will support us until we have MD after our names. Congratulations, Aparna. I know that this dedication will accompany you further in life, and I cannot wait to see where life takes you.
And now Vikram would like to say a few words as well.
Yeah, hi. Namaste. Akka, there's a lot to say about you, but I want to focus on your ability to somehow pull through anything, no matter what. Okay. There are so many things that can be expressed about you through words. Your kindness, your steadfast character, your calm demeanor, and your love for music. All of this has influenced your life up until this point. And the culmination of this is your Arangetram. And I am so happy that I got to be there with you literally side by side. So, yeah. Also, you are a very relatable role model. I will say that. You have inspired me in so many things and you may not know how you did it, but you still did it. And you've somehow always showed an appreciation and love for anything that you want to pursue and anything you want to do, whether that be in academics, clubs, HOSA, or, in music. And I'll always remember, sorry, the times that we went through. Sometimes, when I was down, you always knew how to cheer me up. You always knew what was best for me. And you always stood by my side, unless I did really something stupid. Yeah, yeah. And I'm so happy to be in my opinion, I'm your first friend, because I've known you for 15 years. That counts, okay? You are the best sister that I could have ever had in my entire life. And I'm so happy that I can be side by side with all of your accomplishments, watching you grow into an amazing person. And I hope that for any future endeavors you want to pursue, I wish you victory. Thank you.
Now, Dinesh and Padmaja would like to say a few words. Please go.
ఎందరో మహానుభావులు అందరికీ వందనములు. సభాయ నమః. ఈరోజు మా అపన్నమ్మ తల్లి తొలి కచేరీ అనగా అరంగేట్రం ఆ సరస్వతీమాత కటాక్షముతో, గురు ప్రసన్న గారి అద్భుతమైన మార్గదర్శనముతో, మా ఇంటి పెద్దలు, గురువులు, బంధువులు, మిత్రులు, శ్రేయోభిలాషుల ఆశీర్వచనాలతో చాలా బాగా జరిగింది. ఎంతో సంతోషంగా ఉంది. ముఖ్యంగా మా ఇంటి ప్రత్యక్ష దైవతలు మా అమ్మ నాన్నగారి సమక్షంలో జరిగినందుకు మహానందంగా ఉంది. All of this would be possible, or actually feasible, or just could happen only because of Guru Sri Prasanna Garu, who created a vision for this Arangetram and guided Aparna and us through every step of the way. So we profusely thank you, Prasanna, Supraja, and his family for making this event a reality.
So we started this musical journey with Prasanna a few years back. I still remember the day when we had reached out to him and as a dear friend had shared his information. I was so excited, I called him immediately to know if he was available to teach Aparna. His assurance that he would at least give her a chance and an opportunity felt like a huge blessing to me. So on Sivaratri day of 2016, we started classes, and it's been one of the most fulfilling experiences of our life. Not just for Aparna, but also for our entire family. Prasanna Garu, as many of his students would also say this, he's an embodiment of Guru Parampara. That is integral part of our Sanskriti. His unwavering commitment and dedication, and that's what he expects of his Sishyas. In his instruction, as some of you already may know, the process of learning is truly elevated to a sadhana. And Sunday mornings with Aparna going to class was one of the favorite times of our weekends, because time after class is something that we would look forward to, as she would learn a new kriti or a varnam, and if she had practiced well, she would be like skipping with joy because uncle had given her bhales. And again, there would be days where obviously she didn't practice, and we could also see the result. So this is something that is is still a cherished part of our routine. And that information is something that we are also excited to share with our grandparents, because they always want to know, okay, what did she learn this week? So, since the time that she started lessons with Prasanna, we could really see the immersion that she got from his Sangeeta Sadhana and how much she enjoyed music. And I truly believe that it is where, as Tyagaraja says, Guru Leka Yettu Banti, Guniki Teliyakapodu. So thank you again, Prasanna, and again his wife Supraja from our bottom of our hearts, and from our on behalf of our entire family, we really, really, really appreciate the guidance that you have given Aparna, through your instruction and through your, your teaching. So.
Also would like to thank Sri Srinivas Pranapanji for accompanying on Prasangam today, and Sri Pranav Swarup on violin. You are truly amazing, and we're truly fortunate to have you. Thank you so very much. Thank you to Nityaji for being our wonderful MC today. Very much appreciated. Also would like to some special thank yous to those who came out of town today. Chandu, Murali, it's wonderful to have you all. We miss those who couldn't make it today because of unforeseen circumstances. We miss those of our family who couldn't, actually were trying to be traveling today, but again couldn't ultimately make it, like Aparna's maternal grandparents. We'd like to thank from our bottom of our hearts our extended families, starting with our special 26 extended families and other Muslim families, for your tremendous support in making this happen today. Nearly 6 to 8 months this preparation has been going on, and without your support, it couldn't have happened.
It is true when they say that it takes a village to do this kind of an event. So really we couldn't have done this without the support of our extended family here in Atlanta, and again those who traveled from from outside. Starting with Lakshmi and Madhav, I'd really like to thank them, part of our group, for being really 24/7, being available to answer my never-ending questions, and also for being there for being available for so many activities, giving their precious time. The list goes on and is endless, starting with photo shoots to brochures and to whatnot, and the overall management of this event. So we really could not have done this without all your help. Along those lines, Mrudula and Sunil Garu, Deepa and Ramesh Garu for overseeing the decor, the logistics, and so many aspects of today's event. Aruna, Rashmi, Murali, Sirisha, Ramu Garu, Jaya, Madhavi, for all their tireless support that they've lent us today with multiple arrangements. And again, thank you again for our Nadabundam family with Purna, Anupama, Kavita, Parvati, and those who have reached out to support us today. Additionally, I'd like to also thank my, Ataya and my mother for their constant encouragement and for always ready to kind of chip in to support us, for some of our events. My brother and brother-in-law who came not only all the way from California, but also jumped in right in to support the event. Again, as we mentioned, I'm really missing my parents today, so they would really have been proud of, Aparna's performance.
Also would like to add thanks to Jijo for the wonderful audio arrangements, Venkat's team for the video and photography, the awesome staff of Duluth High School who are here all day today with us. And thank you finally to this wonderful audience who came out today, this Saturday afternoon, and blessed and encouraged Aparna through her performance today. I know that if we've forgotten somebody specifically, it's not intentional. You guys are in our hearts, and we truly appreciate you.
Of course, I had to share my special message for my daughter and also my, Aparna. It is, really impossible to share my feelings for you at this point in really few minutes. And, as a mother and daughter, we have really connected and bonded over so many things. Music, of course, I've let you know many times, is my favorite one. We are, so incredibly proud of you, your achievements over the past few years with your academic pressures, your HOSA responsibilities, your NGF, as well as your Sanskrita Bharati commitment. You've continued to pursue Sangeetam, and that is, something that we have really been proud of you. I know I've mentioned this, I wasn't this balanced or committed or determined as you were at your age, at that age. So in many ways, I've really lived vicariously through you, as you have pursued your Sangeetam Kala over the past many years, filling in a regret that I've had not to have, learned music systematically or formally. So today for me is a dream come true to see you here perform a 3-year concert. Yeah, 3-hour concert. So again, if our excellent family and Mama Matat Guru here, they would have been so proud of you. But again, as Prasanna Uncle was saying, this is, this is a beginning of the journey. We really want, this is something that we should take it as, as a blessing, and continue to contribute and give back to the community. That is something that we have shared with you many times. So great job today. Thank you, Nana. Very proud of you.
So, Aparna, I guess it's my turn. So, as the least talented, musically talented member of our family, I have the unique advantage that, everything that you sing sounds great. But so many things run through my mind today, and we'll have many conversations. But maybe I thought I'd leave you with a couple of thoughts. So, as you go on to your college career at Georgia Tech and beyond, you'll likely find yourself challenged for time and energy to commit towards Sangeetam and these pursuits. So questions of priorities come up, and naturally so. So why indeed keep this pursuit going is the question, right? Is it to make your parents happy or grandparents happy, and is that it? Or is there something deeper to it? Or is it, more than just living up to someone else's expectations of you? So know that, as you progress in your lives, when you achieve your professional goals and you become doctors and millionaires and so on and so forth, with God's grace, all that will happen. But there are times when you have certain existential questions, you question your identity, yourself, and you find that the material trappings of your life may not suffice entirely. And I can tell you that a significant part of finding answers to those type of questions come from knowing what you are already a part of, where you come from. In other words, what we call our Sanskriti. As Tatagaru said, our Bharatiya Sanskriti is something that is unique to our people. So, it struck me that the other day when Amma forwarded the picture of how the Nadambaram family is connected to Saint Tyagaraja through his guru, that you can see how such traditions are sustained through this Guru Parampara, right? Guru Sishya Parampara. And that I'd like you to know, and we'd like you to realize that this kala in its highest form is more than, the music itself, but it's a way to realize, the creation around you, and ultimately God Himself. And it's our hope that as you progress in your music career, that you begin to realize more to these kalas, and that they bring you great joy and conviction and strength, and that they give you the sense of identity and self that it makes you whole, makes your life whole, and that at some point you also pass on this kala to the generations to come. And so may the blessings of Sri Saraswati Devi be upon you always. Sakala Vidya Parangata Praptirastu. Shubham Bhoyat. Namaskaram.
At this time, we'd also like to thank our MC, Nitya Narasimhan, for all the effort. I know she has a very, a busy life, busy time, but I'd just like to kind of thank her for all your efforts, Nitya. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And we're also... A small note of thank you to our backstage helpers, Abhignya, as well as Anika, for all the support that they have lent us for today's event and being there. Anika.
Okay, I still have to make a speech. Sri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Namaskaram, everyone, and welcome to my vocal concert. I've been waiting for this day for many, many months, and all this time I've been waiting for it to finally be over, to enjoy ice cream, like Prasanna Uncle said. But as it ended, I still can't believe it happened. I still feel like I have to prepare. I still feel like it's tomorrow or the next week. It just doesn't feel like it's over, and it probably will never feel like it's over.
So maybe that's a sign for me to continue doing music, which I will. Amma, don't worry. Anyways, the journey on this very long road toward this Arangetram was very arduous. As you might expect, that Pallavi was not a joke, but it was probably my favorite piece of this evening. The connectivity of the mridangam, the violinist, and the artist itself is truly something amazing, and I'm glad I got to experience that today with you all. I got to share that with you. Thank you, first of all, for coming to my Arangetram and taking part in this experience with me. And above all, I have to thank my guru, Sri Prasanna Venkatesh. I owe almost my entire musical career to you. Everything I've learned, all of the ragas, all of the varnams, all the kritis I've learned, all because of you. And I remembered the first time I came to your class, that was when I was in 6th grade, so 6 to 7 years ago. I was in awe when I first started learning from you, and 7 years later, I am still in awe every weekend when I come to your class. And I hear the ragas, before I open the door, I hear the alapana you're singing, and when you're playing on your veena, I hear all that, and I'm still always in awe and just in disbelief at how you are able to do that so easily. And I hope to continue to learn from you so that I may also come to that level at some point. We're not saying it's going to happen tomorrow, at some point. But thank you so much for everything you've done for me, all the time you've spent. I know I've stressed you out a couple times, more than a couple times, and I thank you so much for putting up with that and continuing to guide me through all of the lessons, everything I've learned. So thank you, Prasanna Uncle. I also have to thank the accompanying artist, Srini Uncle and Pranav. You two were fantastic as usual. This performance would not have been complete without your talent. So thank you once again. And of course, I have to thank my family. Amma, Nanagaru, Tammu, congrats for sitting through 3 hours. I think that's the first time you've done it, but good job. Thank you also, Mamma Tatagaru, Chendu Baba, and Murli Moya, who came all the way from India and California just for this occasion. Your presence and your speeches and everything you've done for me and for this occasion, it really, really means a lot to me, and it has made the most difference. I truly thank you, all of you, for coming and witnessing this with me. And Amma Nanagaru, thank you above all for always pushing me to go above and beyond, especially in music. But sometimes you can lay off a little bit. Like, Amma, you don't have to wake me up at 6 to test my knowledge of ragas. You can wait a little later in the day. It's okay. But 5 a.m. now, okay. I'll be in tech by then, so you can phone me and do that. I don't know if I'll answer, but you can always do that over the weekend when I visit. I have to thank you for everything I've done. Even when I've had good classes, bad classes, I'll tell everything to you, and you always know how to encourage me, how to go on from there. And you've always believed in me, which I think is the most important thing to me. You've always had the faith in me that I could achieve this, even when I thought I couldn't. Like that talam, when I first started learning it, I was like, Amma, I don't know if I can do this. But you constantly reassured me, and you said I would do it. And Nanagaru, even though you're kind of tone deaf, you think everything sounds good coming from me, you still looked at my diction, made sure everything was perfect from your standpoint. So everything that you contributed towards and everything that you've helped me with, thank you so much. I really would not have been able to do any of this without you. I love you all very much. And of course, I have to thank my amazing friends, the friends who spoke up here and the friends who are in the audience, Riya, Sriya, Anika, Abhignya. Thank you for those very wonderful speeches. And helping backstage, Abhi and Anika have been running around trying to calm me down, which is, I don't know if it worked, but they were there. It was good. And also, thank you to Nada Brindam and Special 26 families for being here, helping coordinate everything, doing all the, underground work. You guys, your support really means a lot to me. Thank you for showing up and, helping, encouraging me along the way. I could not have done it without all of you. So thank you all once again. And Vikram, your speech almost brought me to tears, I was surprised it wasn't ChatGPT generated, but it's good. Thank you, Tammu, for being my #1 best friend. I love you a lot. And, don't chew Amma Nanagar's heads off when I'm at college. I'm sure you'll do fine. I love you. Thank you.
Thank you all for being a wonderful audience today. I would, just a couple of things. The Nada Brindam students, if you could please come on stage. We'd like to have a photograph with everybody. And also, our hosts have arranged a dinner in the cafeteria, so please have some dinner. And there is, pick up your gift bags on the way out. So thank you. Have a wonderful evening.